Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for June the 21st. First level is kind of weird. I'm throwing critters up into the GBE alley over there. If you don't have critters, you can throw a tank or two up there. Let them just kind of go through the boxes. I don't know. Because you're going to need the GBE to take out the boom cannon that's sitting in front of the HQ. The good news is, once you've downed that cannon, well, it's a boom cannon technically, once you've downed that boom cannon, you can basically hug the rock, not Dwayne Johnson, but the one that's on the screen, and you'll be out of range of the super duper scary boom cannon that's in behind there. Craziness. Alright, stage 2 has 85,000 hit points, which is half of what stage 1 had, but still, okay, we're going with it. Again, I'm throwing critters up into GBE alley. If you choose to send your tanks in that direction, it's up to you. Really, the only things you have to worry about on this level are the 2 sniper towers that are being attacked by my critters right about now. I really wasn't expecting my critters to go as far as they did. They you know, put on the afterburners and really made it through. I was pretty impressed. So you can throw a shock and hit both those sniper towers, or you can throw GBE, or whatever you feel like doing, and then just flare your tanks up a little bit, and you'll be in the perfect position to pew-pew the HQ, which will bring us to Stage 3. Stage 3 having 320,000 hit points. What is up with the hit points today? It's crazy. It's like they got drunk and just started pressing buttons, and they were like, yes, that is what the HQ will have. Right-hand side landing. Throw a shock down, you can get the 2 sniper towers in the cannon. And then from there, it's pretty easy. You just kind of go up the right-hand side, clear up the rocket launchers and the cannon, and there's a mortar there that might hit you, but you don't have to really worry about it too much. And probably a good thing, because with 320,000 hit points, you're probably going to be sitting grinding on this level for a little bit. If you're short damage, by all means, Zooka it up. The Zookas will save you and help you, but you're going to have to throw a shock down on the sniper tower and the mortar there, because I'm pretty sure our tanks are out of range, but the Zookas would possibly be in range. And, you know, who wants to really risk it? No one wants the lovely ladies to get blowed up. So, I'm throwing my critters, which are my equivalent of Zookas, I guess. I decided to try and save some of them because they are so valuable to me, and I failed. But it's only critters, so who cares? Which will bring us on to stage, from my math, 1 plus 3 is 4, so I'm going to go with stage 4. HQ has 177,000 hit points. There is a boom cannon that's to the left and a little south, right there in the middle of the screen. That boom cannon has 8,000 hit points, give or take 100 or 200, I don't know. It's in that range, though. I round a lot. The good news is, if you can't take that out right away, basically they give you a little path that you can just set your tanks down full of boxes and flamethrowers and machine guns, so you can just set your tanks following the highway to happiness, and eventually you'll have enough GBE to take out that stupid cannon. On top of that, save up all of your shocks and a little bit of energy for the shocks, because when we start taking these last couple of flamethrowers and machine guns out, you can actually hit the 3 sniper towers there all with 1 shock, which is, I guess, a good thing? I don't know. It's a fancy thing. What? Also, you're going to want to save some shocks for after the trifecta of sniper towers. I don't know, the tripod of sniper towers, because there are some cannons and sniper towers to the south of the HQ that you're also going to have to do things to. Not dirty things, but things nonetheless. Sorry, I keep trying. I'm struggling to not make Bill Cosby jokes right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was listening to something on the news yesterday about Bill Cosby, and for some reason, you know how like sometimes you get a song stuck in your head? I got like old Bill Cosby like pudding pop commercials, and like I think at one time he had a charity called Cosby's Kids or Cosby Kids or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely off. I was way too young when that would have actually been a thing to really remember any of it. But yeah, and then of course, you know, because Cosby's on the mind, and this base is going down like, and so I'm not gonna go there, but I'll struggle with it greatly as I barrage away the last of this base's HP to try and speed things along. Sorry. We'll go straight to stage 5, which I'm not gonna lie to you was painful. Stage 5 was pretty rough. So I landed and went mid because there's a shock launcher on the left hand side, and there was really no reason to go and kill it because it's so far away from everything it doesn't really matter. And there's also a boom cannon on the left hand side, and I thought, hey, you know what? I got boom cannons on the left of me, shot cannons on the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. I couldn't stop it, it had to come out. So I went up the middle with some gentle flaring and all. That is fancy and wonderful. Oh man, now I want to watch The Usual Suspects. Oh, it's been so long. Alright. By the way, if you haven't watched The Usual Suspects, watch it. It's so good. Alright, there we go. Sorry, Razor scene just playing through my head. Okay. So we're going up the middle. The thing that gets really nasty here is actually all the crazy rocket launchers that are tossing hate non-stop at our poor tanks. Our medics can't even keep up. Now what I would suggest is if you run like say 5 tank and 2 medic, bump it to 5 and 3. If you run 5 and 3, maybe bump it to 5 and 4. Just because it's crazy attrition, grindy kind of damage. It's non-stop. Now, here's the kicker. I'm kind of rolling through and doing my thing here. I unfortunately am really tight on time, which means you also don't really want to sacrifice too much of your damage. So you've got to increase your healing without decreasing your damage. You might have to boost. I'm just saying. Almost like if you're normally borderline on 5 today is a really rough one, a lot harder than normal. Now, if someone wants to go up through the boom cannon and all the sniper towers and stuff there in the south, by all means, you know, go through there. Comment below in the video. I'd love to know kind of how things went through there. Obviously referring to someone who's of the appropriate level, not someone who's like, my level 17 tanks just stomped the shit out of this base. Because that, you know, not so much what we're looking for, but or if you just decided to go all the way to the right and take out the useless shock launcher because you felt like blowing up shock launchers, by all means, you know, let me know how that went for you. Maybe fewer rocket launchers, more tanks? I don't know. Because, I'm not gonna lie to you, I lost 2 tanks out of my 6, so that's like a third of my army, if you would, and that's pretty painful. By the way, I don't know if I actually covered the HP for Stage 5, so HQ has 240,000 hit points. The boom cannon that I avoided had 11,000 hit points, and the shock launcher that I also avoided had 17,000 hit points. Which brings us to Stage 6, which is the one we're attacking right now. That HQ has 332,000 hit points, and these boom cannons I'm going around popping have around 11k each. Now here's the messed up thing. Level 5 struggled like a mofo. Level 6 I'm actually going in with partial tanks. I'm going 10 tanks, I've got healers down, all kinds of crazy stuff. Because Stage 6, as hard as some of the other levels have been this day. I keep wanting to say this week, but this week tonight, with booms. So, Stage 6 is actually surprisingly easy. If you have full troops, by all means, use them, but if you normally just don't quite make it with Stage 6, definitely try it this week. You should have some luck. It is a pretty GBE intensive attack. As you saw, I had to blow up a couple boom cannons there and throw some critters to take out mines and stuff like that, but in the grand scheme of things, the GBE you're getting back from clearing out all the garbage on the way to the HQ will probably balance it out pretty decently. So you can throw some stuns or more GBE or, kind of whatever is, I guess, cheapest and easiest for you to use. And you should be able to work your way around behind the HQ where you can take out all of the bad things, which is pretty much what I'm doing right here. And then we will speed this up, and every time I speed this up, in my head, I've got to look up and see if the Benny Hill music is copyrighted. I can only assume it is, but every time it just kind of goes through my head and I just sit there and watch the tanks kind of skittering around and going extra fast. Just thinking, no, that's not, well, Benny Hill. Hopefully people have seen it. You'll recognize the song, because the second you say Benny Hill, it's the first thing that jumps. Well, okay, underwear chases and that song. Underwear chases. Everybody loves underwear chases. Ooh, an extra crystal. Okay, moving on to Stage 7. 467,000 hit points on this bad boy. The first 2 loads of tanks I actually dropped just to pick up the extra boxes, because why the heck not? And then I kind of failed with my flare, but then starts the spending of the GBE, and spend we shall. So there's the shock launcher to the left of the HQ, and I guess the shock launcher kind of to the northeast. Both of those gotta go. Now, the shock launchers each have 24,000 hit points, and the boom cannons each have 21,000 hit points. So I shared the damage for the shock launcher with the boom cannon, and took both of them out, which only leaves 4 boom cannons immediately around the HQ. All with 21,000 hit points. Crazy, right? Yeah. Alright, so in we go to the Wall of Pain. I call it this because, well, it hurts. It hurts bad. Not like the good hurts, like the you've been a naughty boy spanking kind of hurts, but the ow, 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 banana. Assuming your safety word is banana. Oh, things just got pleathery up in here. So, I threw a shock on the cannons and hit as many as I could. You can't actually hit all 4 of them, I believe it is. with one, unfortunately, due to timing, it didn't quite work out that way. And there is still these freaking boom cannons, and these boom cannons are what ends up starting to hurt. So, obviously, throwing a shock down on all 3 boom cannons and the sniper tower will get you into range that you can start doing damage, but because they each have 21,000 hit points, it takes a while. Which means that these boom cannons have lots and lots of time to, one by one, go through and erase your poor tanks. The good news is, the very bottommost boom cannon you don't actually need to take out, because you're going to flare up right to about where exactly I am here, and your remaining troops will have range to shoot on the HQ in relative safety. And I say relative because there's a couple sniper towers that are going to consistently be kicking the crap out of your... Yeah, that was crap. I don't know. Crap is a non-swearing way of saying crap, maybe? No? Yes? I don't know, is crap even a swear word? Let me know. Because, trust me, I know at work I've got the potty mouth. But I try to kind of keep it on the DL, and I don't know, how often do I swear in my videos? If anyone knows, throw it into the comments, let me know. I'd be curious if I'm dropping F-bombs and not even realizing it, because I've done it before. It would not be the first time. Alright, so anyways, basically you can grind down your HQ here. Eventually it will die, you will get loot, and you can go limping back to replenish your tanks. Or maybe that's just me, I don't know. But hopefully this has been helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and most importantly, have yourselves a fantastic day.